Hi, this is Emma Steen, or E, as my friends call me, from divorcecoachforyou.com. I'm a divorce coach for women aged 50 and older, or what I term the seasoned woman. I'm going to talk to you today about dealing with finances after a divorce. Now, as I mentioned earlier in a previous video, women are usually worse off financially than men after a divorce. We tend to make less money, which is why it is so important to prepare a budget. Now, this is especially true for the 50-something and older woman like myself. That's why it's so important to get a handle on your finances as soon as possible by developing a budget. There are a couple of links to budget worksheets on my resources page on my Divorce Coach for You website. Feel free to make use of them. It is never too early to create a budget. You can update your budget as you get more information or as your information changes. If you plan to remain in the family home, you have a good idea of what the monthly expenses are, so you have this advantage. If you know that you cannot afford to live in a house, then you should go ahead and by all means move or go ahead and sell a home. Now, if you plan to stay in a home, you might also consider getting a roommate to generate additional income. If not, start looking around for another house that's less expensive or an apartment. Do you expect to receive any alimony and or support from your ex? You may have to pay alimony or support if you are the major breadwinner in the family. In this case, you will have to live on a reduced income. First of all, for your budget, list all your income and then list your expenses. The difference is your disposable income or what is left over after all bills have been paid. Look at what is left over. Are there any expenses you can eliminate or reduce? Will you need to look for a part-time job to supplement your income? Don't forget to add a miscellaneous line and make it 3 to 5% of your total expenses. You'll be glad you did this in the long run. And also, always try to put a little into savings every month. Unexpected expenses tend to pop up every now and then. And also keep a credit card for emergency expenses only. Try to stick closely to your budget as possible. And don't forget to include items that you pay on a quarterly or yearly basis. If you have several credit cards, get rid of some. Try to pay them off or transfer the balance to a low interest credit card. It may help to print your budget out on a monthly basis and check off each expense as you pay them. This will come in handy if you're not used to paying household expenses, especially if your spouse used to do this. Try to avoid impulse shopping. Guilty. There can be a tendency to spend money when you're unhappy or trying to fill a void. You may need to seek the advice of a financial planner if you expect to receive or have received any retirement funds from your ex or soon to be ex. Dividing retirement funds oftentimes occur when women of a particular age, as Wendy Williams calls us, go through a divorce. The media has termed this gray divorce. And this happens when people 50 and older go through a divorce. If you acquire funds from your spouse's retirement, there may be an urge to pull money from these funds. Just remember, there could be a 10% penalty in addition to any taxes paid if you're younger than 59 and a half. And also, depending on how long you've been married, you may be entitled to your spouse's Social Security benefits. Drawing from his benefit could potentially be more than drawing from your benefit, depending on how much you've earned or how long you worked during your marriage. Try to attend seminars that discuss financial planning and or Social Security. Get handouts, and by all means, take good notes, because you never know when you need to refer back. Again, this is E, the divorce coach for women 50 and older, the seasoned woman. Check out my website, divorcecoachforyou.com. See you next time.